Oh boy. Yeah. It's looking nice. Hello everyone. My name is MJ Vilches and welcome to part 4 of our rigging the Dude Mech series. So yeah, in this part we are going to go and add some control bones. We're gonna set up the bone constraints, the IK bones, etc. This part is going to be kind of complicated, so prepare your minds for this. If you want to follow along and just want to try and see how we can rig this mech in a way that it will be so easy to manipulate it, to pose it around, and also animate it without, that much of a headache with all the bones that needs to be manipulated to make it work. So yeah, what we're gonna do in this part is just to make that easy. That whole thing that I said easy, I guess. So yeah, let's do this. Going to start with the simplest one, which is the IK one. But yeah, IK bones. We do have deform bones here. I'm gonna start with the leg because it's the simplest, I guess. So I'm just gonna go and copy this. Oh, no, not really copy. Select the feet bone. Select the lower leg bone. Control-Shift-C. We're not in post mode. We need to be in post mode to add constraints. Yeah. Control-Shift-C. Inverse kinematics. And gonna make sure that this is chain length 2. And there we go. Works as intended. Nice. Okay. It's the first IK bone we have. Like I said, I want to figure out the FK IK thing. And we'll see how we're going to do that later. Let's see. I might have to do this again. Because I want to duplicate the feet. This will be the feet deform. And there's got to be a separate bone for the IK. So I'm just going to make this wider like this. And I'm going to rename this feet IK. Feet underscore IK dot L. So I want a separate bone that will control the rest. And this bone should be parented to this bone. Control P connected. So I can't do that anymore. But if I do this, Control-Shift-C, inverse kinematics to 2, it does the thing. And I probably will also make this deform bone copy the rotation of the IK bone, so that it will have the same effect. There we go. And I can do something like this, because it copies the rotation. Nice. So it's working the way I want it to. And if I wanna like switch it to an IK and to an FK, I will have to have like a custom properties for this bone right here. Now this part is going to be kind of tedious. Tell you what, I guess it's going to be the bone. We're gonna go to the not the object data properties, but the bone properties, custom properties. I'm gonna add here like that. I'm gonna add like a custom properties here, edit it, name it FK/IK. And it may be too easy. It may be really easy to do this. So FK/IK, so that if this is selected, if we go to the item properties, it's right here, FK/IK. And this is something that we can do that. And we need to copy the data. I'm gonna copy data path of this, and I'm gonna go to the IK bone, the bone with the IK here. Influence. I'm gonna go add a driver to this. Add driver. Gonna X that. Delete that. We don't need that. Add input variable. And I'm just gonna go, I guess, get the bone, the Dude Mech armature, and Control V. And that should control the influence, so that if I set this to 0, nothing happened. Okay, we're gonna figure this out. I just need to edit the driver, I think. Maybe just var. Update dependencies. If I set this to 0, it should switch to the FK. And the IK bone won't have any effect, and we can animate it like this. I will also do the same thing for the copy rotation. I'm gonna copy the driver for this one and paste the driver for this one. So right now there's no IK, and if I set it to 1, it's IK. So 0, I can now control the bones like this. I'm just gonna settle with that. Switch this to IK again. And I guess that's like the simplest, easiest, jankiest way to do it. It's probably a better way. Another thing that I need to add actually are the knees. Because these knees need to go keep offset. And yeah, it's parented to the IK bone, feet IK. I'm just gonna go knee.l. This is just a thing that will help me chain length to 1. Help me point the knee. Like, do that. Help me point the knee where I want it to point. I think I'm also gonna add inverse kinematics for like the toes here. So I'm just gonna go do that. And I need these guys to be disconnected bones. So I'm gonna parent them like that. Let's see. F2, toe, back, lower, IK underscore IK.L. Why is this named back? I did not rename these guys, didn't I? I didn't. Okay. F2, toe, 1, front, lower. So just renaming stuff so that they come out properly when we are doing the weight paints. Because proper names is going to help us find these bones later on when we're adding some weight paints. There we go. And that. So I'm just going to try this. Inverse kinematics. Chain length to bone length 2. So that we have, you know, this motion right here. Inverse kinematics 2. Inverse kinematics. Chain length to 2. So if I do this, as you can see, there's that motion. But I want to do this in a way it will always be like on the floor. And what I want to do is to parent each of these bones to the IK bones. Control P. Oopsie. So just do that. Control P, keep offset. And that should follow that now. But I want these bones to have a limit location. Limit location, maximum z-axis. They can't go up or down, I guess. Or it should be minimum, so that it just stuck on the floor there. Like, they don't go under the ground. The feet will always like touch the ground and not clip through it, you know. Limit location, Z. I think that's gonna help a lot when we animate this thing. Yeah. I'm hoping that will help tremendously later. So effect transform. Everything should be effect transform. And there we go. You could probably also use this using the floor constraint right here. So we'll need like an empty or something to determine that the floor, don't pass through this. But yeah, I'm just gonna settle with limit location right now. I can always turn it off, like turn off the influence. And I think I can also add that here on the IK bones, because this is the bone that we're gonna be controlling a lot when animating this thing. So I'm gonna add another property, custom properties here. Edit that floor off, or floor toggle, or toggle floor. Okay. And what I'm gonna do is gonna copy the data path of this. And we're gonna add a driver to the constraint of this one. Paste the driver, edit driver. We're just gonna change the path here to the one that we copied, and we should be good to go there. I just need to copy this driver to the rest of the toes here, and that should help. Like this is turned on, and if we turn it off, we can pass through. So now we have also controls to toggle the floor on or off. There we go. Nice. I love that. Now let's see. And it's all controlled by this IK bone right here. So the deform bones here, I think we've already set it up nicely. We have the knee bone, the IK bones, which we can individually control. As you can see, that will help a lot in animation, just having that automated like that, and we don't have to like individually animate the toes so that it aligns with the floor. That's gonna help a lot. So there we go. Okay, so we're done with the leg. I think that's all that we're gonna do for the leg. Now we're gonna keep going. Wait. Another thing that I actually need to edit or copy. I need to copy the driver for this. Copy driver, paste driver, and each of the inverse kinematics here. So that if we want to switch to the IK controls, everything here will be turned off. So right now it's IK. Set this to 0, it will be FK. So this will not have any control, and I can control this individually using forward kinematics. There we go. Nice. I like how it works like that. So yeah, that looks nice. Now we keep going. Body bone, that's basically just gonna control. Oh yeah, we need to parent the boosters on the body bone. Keep offset. There we go. And there we go. So now let's take care of the inverse kinematics on the hand. We're gonna be doing the same thing actually. So oh yeah, I need to. Oh no, this hand should not be parented to the one that has inverse kinematics. We're gonna parent it to the shoulder bone. Tab to edit mode, Control P, keep offset. And that should help solve the problem. A little bit. We need the elbow bone. And I need to parent the hand to the body bone, not the shoulder bone. Control P, keep offset. There we go. So that's snapping like that because we don't have it doesn't have a reference bone. And the inverse kinematic is the one that's determining where it should rotate. I'm gonna experiment on things here. Let's see. Interesting motion. I kind of want to keep it because that's gonna help a lot because as you can see, our mech is fat. And just having that reach will make things really great for us when animating, or really simple. Let's see. Yeah, we'll have. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna settle with the shoulder having that kind of motion. Because look at how far we can. This bot. See, we can't even reach that far with this arm, and it would be even more so if this doesn't bend like this. At least this way, it's like in the face, but the two arms will not be able to reach each other. We're gonna have to find an excuse to make that work because the design of the bot, not great. It looks great, but it's not practical, I guess. But yeah, there we go. I guess I'm gonna settle with this. That looks nice. Now I'm going to go and extrude this towards the back like that. Probably not towards the back. I'm gonna delete that. Extrude it towards the x-axis right here, like that. And then I'm gonna move this. I'm gonna parent this to the hand bone. Control P, keep offset. Oh yeah, I forgot. Let's do that again. I forgot one very important thing, and that's to do the same thing that we did here. We need to create a different bone to become the FK bone. Guess we can't use the deform bone. This will help us do the FKIK thing. And I'm gonna go parent the deform bone. Parent, I need to select it. Let's hide this for a while. Deform bone. I'm gonna parent this again to the arm. Object, not object mode, post mode, please. So yeah, that should follow that. I'm gonna parent the elbow here and go Alt H. Elbow bone, Control P, keep offset. X axis, move it to the X axis right there. And now I can do the inverse kinematics thing again. Chain length to 3. Did I set it to 3? No, only 2. 3. So that we have that motion. And then I'm gonna go inverse kinematics on this one as well. Oh no. Just 1, please. Thank you. What? Is this not connected? Are these guys Control P connected? Okay. Well, something really wrong is happening here. Probably because this is set the chain length to 3 instead of 2. Yeah. I guess we can't have nice things in this world. Unless, of course, we find a different solution. And the solution that I'm thinking about right now, so I'm just gonna go Shift D this, put it right here on the shoulder. Let me just, come on. Shift S cursor to selected, and then selection to cursor, like that. Do this. Parent this to the body bone. Trophy. It is parented to the body bone already. And what I'm gonna do is have this copy the transforms of the IK bone, local space, just replace, and I'm gonna set this to 0.25 or 3.5, I guess we'll do, so that if we move this, we'll have that motion still. And what I'm gonna do is gonna add a inverse kinematics right here. Do that only 1. And we have our shoulder motion again, and we can manipulate this by itself, as you can see. The shoulder bones. So yeah, things are working great. I also will need to Control Shift C, copy rotation, and there we go. I don't really need to copy the rotation for this bone, but I guess it's still fine. It's not hurting anyone, so we're gonna keep it that way. So now let's rename stuff. F2, this should be shoulder underscore IK.L, and this should be elbow.L. I'm gonna keep the fingers like that. FKIK, let's set that up. So FK underscore IK, slash IK. Oh, that's the wrong thing. FK slash IK. There we go. Okay, press OK. Thank you. Copy data path. And we're gonna go to the rig. I'm just gonna paste driver and edit the driver. And just Control V the data path here. And there we go. So I'm gonna copy this driver and paste it to every influence here. Paste driver. Paste driver. And paste driver. So right now, IK is on. Set that to 0. IK is off. And FK is on. There we go. Nice. I love it. So those are the control bones. We have an FKIK setup. What else? What else? I think the last one that we need to set up FKIK and constraints here are the boosters here. Do I want to be able to control them individually, or just use one bone to control them all. One ring to control them all. Like, yes, we're gonna opt for the one ring to control them all, or one bone. So yeah, we have there our booster controls. Booster controls. And what we're gonna do is I'm gonna extrude this outwards like that. Parent it to this one. Nope, not connected. Please just keep offset. Thank you. Move it right here. I think the farther it is, the better the effect is. I'm also gonna extrude this one, kind of roughly copying the slant of the original booster. Keep offset. Just align it like that. Yeah, I guess that's fine. So this one controls all of them. And there's gonna be individual controls for each of the boosters. Like each of the boosters, like the bottom and the top one. Like that. Control P, keep offset. And you're probably gonna understand what this will do later on once things like come together. So inverse kinematics. Inverse kinematics, chain length to 1, so that follows like that. I need to name this. I don't need to do that, just need to add IK to the name. And this is going to be F2 booster underscore bottom control. Copy that. F2 booster upper control. And that will control both of the boosters. Well, each of these will control individual boosters. So I'm gonna do the IK thing right here as well. Inverse kinematics, chain length to 1, and we should be good to go. And if this is the booster control, it controls all of the boosters, like the direction, which will make animation really easy, I think. And each of the upper and lower and upper bones. There we go. So I think we have all of the .Ls nice and set up here. I have to make sure that everything is named properly with the .Ls. I also actually need to set up an IK thing on this one as well. So I need to parent that bone to the body bone here. Control P, keep offset. And I will need kind of like an elbow bone. Extrude it downwards right here. Parent this to the handle bone here. F2 controls underscore IK 1. And this one should be handle.L. Handle.L. So if we go to post mode, it should look like this. And I'm gonna go inverse kinematics, chain length to 3, and we will have that kind of motion right there. And we can control the where the point here will point by doing something like this. No, because it's not set the chain length to maybe not here. I'll keep the chain length to 3. I'll delete this. I'll G this for now. And then I'm gonna go extrude to x-axis like that. And this is going to be the controls IK. There we go. And Control Shift C, inverse kinematic, chain length to 1. So now if I Control Tab to edit mode first, keep offset. There we go. And that will be moved somewhere far. So that if we move this, we'll have this kind of motion for the handles. So you can see, it looks really nice. And we can like manipulate the where this points. But this alone already does a lot. You can like really have really nice motion with this setup like this. And now let's add some limit locations on each of the buttons here. So limit location on this one, local space, no movement on any of the other axes, I think it will only have movement on the y-axis, yes. So that even if we move this without setting like G, doing this G, Y, Y, it will always move on the y-axis. Affect transform, and do I want to limit the location of the y-axis as well? I guess I do. Now it should limit the maximum to 0 so that the button doesn't go off the handle there, and then the minimum location should be right around here. We're just gonna copy this. Control C, Alt G. I'm gonna copy this right here. Control V, and that should do the trick. There we go. And we're just gonna do the same thing on each of the interior bones here. So I'm just gonna time lapse that. So time lapse starts now. Okay, we're done. That was actually easier because I have the copy thing applied, but we do need to change some of the values here so that the bones will go all the way down. I mean the buttons. So I'm just gonna copy that right here. Control V, and I guess I'll do the same thing here. There we go. Now for the other ones, I think the other ones are already good. I'll just adjust it if it's not, because right now they work. And right now I think every bone has constraints. Every control bones are ready. Now I think we're ready. Oh no! Why did I? Yeah. Oh yeah. That actually reminds me. This IK bone should not have any deform. Yeah, they shouldn't deform. So I'm just gonna uncheck deform. Uncheck deform. Uncheck deform. I'm gonna uncheck the deform of each of the control bones here. We don't need those. What I do need to turn off are the axes because they're kind of annoying. Deform, uncheck those right there. All of it unchecked. That one, also the elbow right here, and this IK right here. And did we miss one? I don't think we did. How about this? Yes, we missed that one. And everything else works. Now we're ready to do the symmetrize. We're gonna symmetrize this so that it copies all of the left part of the bone. But before doing that, we're gonna save a backup. Always great to save a backup before doing something major. So we're saving a backup of our progress so far. We go back to the original blend file here. And then I'm going to tab to edit mode, select everything on the left side except for the bones right here. And that one shouldn't be selected. It should just be the ones with the dot L's. Top view will help us really determine if everything's properly selected, or front view actually. And we've got to make sure that the buttons here are not selected so that when we symmetrize, it will only symmetrize the right bones. So there we go. It's ready. Now we go to armature and symmetrize. And what that will do is it symmetrized the bone. So each of the bones should function properly. They're properly named .r, and everything else follows. I actually need to parent this to the main bone here. Okay. Are we experiencing a problem here? Control P. because for some reason everything is following the bone. And the IK is not working. Oh, because we didn't set the IK. We set it to 0. That's why. Now it should work. But this doesn't, because apparently the drivers will need to be updated to the right one. Because the name changed. Apparently that's not included. Okay. We still have to do some kind of work here, because we still need to copy data path for this one. And just go to the drivers for... Oh, the drivers did not copy over, apparently. Paste driver. No. Tell you what, delete driver. We're gonna have to make a new one. Add new driver. Just set this to far. Shouldn't really be big of an issue. Armature. We're just gonna do the same thing. Copy that. And it should be good to go now. I just need to copy this driver. Copy driver to each of these. Paste driver. There we go. And that should work well now. So now that works. And everything's moving just fine. So another backup, just in case. Backup 0004. Let's go back. How to make sure that we go back to the original file here before doing anything else. So we have a rig. Now I just need to parent the mesh. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna select the mesh first, then the bone. Control P with empty groups. I want it to be empty groups because I want to have like individual control and manual control of everything. So I'm gonna go select the bone, then select the mesh. I'm gonna control tab to weight paint. And let's see, let's go to the vertex groups here. We start with a body. Tab to edit mode. Just gonna select everything here on the body, including this one. Oh, yeah, that's right. Before doing that, we need to apply the mirror modifier on the mesh. Apply that. Armature needs to go up here. And there we go. Now let's go and do that again. Weight paint. Start with a body. Vertex group. Tab. Yes, select all of that. Make sure that we selected the right ones for the body part here. Yes, we did. Hit assign, and that should be assigned to the body. And then we're just gonna go and parent everything here on the weight painting. So just assign that. There we go. Assign. Deform bones, arm upper. Both of this. Assign. Yeah, I think. Yeah, that works. That works. And then arm upper. Assign. Hand should be this one. Control L. Assign. And this should manipulate this one. And it's just going to be a tedious process of assigning the right parts of the mesh to the bone. And I did not use automatic weights because it's actually going to be really hard to like correct the mistakes. And since this is a mech, you know, everything needs to be like parented to the right bones. Otherwise, there will be problems. So I'm just gonna do this, and I'm gonna time lapse and just do everything. So time lapse once again starts right now. So yeah, we're done parenting everything, I think. Best way to find out if we really did is to just move it away and see if some parts are left behind. And it looks like the only thing left behind is my CG self there. And there's also one thing that I kinda do not like, and it's the fact that these guys are not on the middle. So I'm just gonna go Shift S cursor to world origin here. Make the pivot point to the 3D cursor. I'm gonna SX0, and that should fix the problem. These guys, booster guys, should be right on the middle. And as you can see, oh yeah, so it can fly, but the pilot is not included, of course. Oh boy, yeah, it's looking nice. Also, the handle works really great, exactly like how I planned it, or have it in my mind. Beautiful, beautiful. I love it. I love it. And yeah, and the last part, we're gonna add some custom shapes, because as much as this is already animation ready, we still want each of the bones to have nice custom shapes that are nice to look at and are easy to look at when we're animating. And custom shapes are the best, so we are gonna do that. We're gonna do the custom shapes as well, and we're gonna do that on the next part. For this part, we managed to do this, our mech nice and rigged. Next part, custom shapes. Yeah, that's all for now. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully I shared some knowledge to you that will help you make stuff like this yourself. And yeah, if you did learn something, it would really help me if you liked the video. And if you're new, subscribe to the channel, because I plan to do a bunch of stuff like this, sharing how I do my films and animations. This is the purpose of the Doodlebot channel. So yeah, if you want to check out my main content, my films and animations, go to my main channel, Doodlenose Productions. And yeah, also a huge thanks to my KoFi givers, to Handsomeness, Jubin, yaejinssi, Erick Madrigal, to Elizabeth Munie, Magnolia Weathershield, ZQ Star, Jane, Tristan Wintle, Mbuddy, and GulliermoGage. Thank you so much. They supported me through ko-fi.com/Doodlenose And yeah, if you want to support me in my endeavors and help me out, just, support me through KoFi. That's the best place you can do that. Also, follow Doodlenose Productions everywhere on the internet. So yeah, that's all for now. Thanks for watching. My name is MJ Vilches. And yeah, bye. See you on the next one.